is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin. Oh! It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.
And now it's time for Rasslin Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
All right. Hey, everybody, what is crack-a-lackin'? It is Cody here from Rasslin Rage and Michigan Independent Weekly. I am joined by Electric Ely. I'm going to ask him a few questions very, very shortly. But before I do that, please, if you're watching right now, smash the thumbs up. Smash it hard, like bam, smash it, right? Smash the thumbs up. If you haven't already, please, right down in there in red, it's the subscribe button. Click it, make that baby gray. If you make it gray, you are now subscribed to the Rasslin Rage YouTube channel. The best source of Michigan independent wrestling in Michigan, right? You know, all the news, all the good stuff. We give you all the information you need. We gave you the information about Metro Pro Wrestling's return to greatness, which took place last weekend. Well, this past weekend. And joining me today is Electric Ely. And we're going to talk about, the moment that some things happen. But before we get into that, first I want to say thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is my buddy, so he's gonna be bothering me most of the video. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we get into the elephant in the room, or whatever you want to call it, the Knox, the dipstick, the dummy, the big dummy, whatever. What have you been up to, man? We haven't seen you since Rising Action.
Yeah, so my last match before this past Saturday was for Rising Pro. That was in February,
right?
When I got suspended, and so that was my last match. And obviously, I didn't expect that to be my last match for 7 months. And quarantine happened, so basically, I get to work from home. Thank God for that, and make a living that way, and just working on myself, man. Like just trying to better myself in any way possible, whether it's with, in the gym or promos or my gear, my merchandise, anything like that. I've just been reaching out to people and getting their opinions. And honestly, it hasn't been as bad for me as I hear a lot of people was for quarantine. Right. So I always just try and stay as busy as possible. And that's pretty much what I've been doing for the last 6-7 months.
Right. Yeah. And it wasn't it was probably a couple weeks ago where we found out that you would be making, I wouldn't call it a return but coming out of quarantine and debuting for Metro Pro Wrestling. How did that process take place? Did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them? Tell us, give us a little bit of insight on how that went down.
Johnny Atkins reached out to me, I believe in February, early March, because they were supposed to have a show in third week of March. And so I was scheduled to wrestle. That was my debut for them. Right. I think it was like March 17th or something. And that was right when everything was getting shut down. So I had Metro Pro on that Saturday, and then I had XI on that Sunday. And the day before, Bubba messaged me and says, "Hate to do this, but we're going to have to postpone this until who knows, right?" So right. I was always supposed to debut. So then when he rescheduled it to October, I will always be one that will honor my bookings. I will never, if I say yes, I'm going to be there, I will 100% be there. And it happened to turn out that Matt was making his return, I guess, to Metro Pro. And so he was really excited that I was going to be there. And then Saturday happened.
Right. So we find out that you're going against Atlas Hytower, who's no slouch in professional wrestling at all. Fast, very versatile, can fly if he needs to, can also do some chain wrestling with you if you really have to, if he wants. The match starts out a little backwards. Everybody's announced, music hits, everybody comes out, everybody's in the ring. You're in the ring, he comes out, and he attacks you from the back. And, that's kind of cheap. And Jack Knox or whatever comes out and sees, "Oh, that's not how we start it. This is how we do this here. Blah, blah, blah." And then he inserts himself as the special guest referee in the match, which at that point, knowing your relationship as a fan and myself, and anybody else there that knows anything about Michigan independent wrestling would think, "Oh, that's a pretty good spot to be in if you're Electric Ely," because a guy that, you were friends with was, going to be your ref. You would think.
Yeah, so when that all went down and I saw him come out and start doing his spiel, immediately in my head I'm thinking, this is the last thing I want is to win this match and fans or the boys in the back go, you only won that match because Breeding was the referee.
Right.
So when that happened, I was happy because I knew it was good. I expected it to be a fair match and I would have 50-50 chance of winning that match. Obviously, like you said, Hightower's no slouch at all. I've been in the ring with him once or twice. I mean, he's great. And so I was just like, okay, this gives me the opportunity to prove to everybody who I am that hasn't known me, through Metro Pro, and let's put on a great match.
Absolutely.
And so that went down for about the first 5 minutes. It was a fair match, and then the finish. So
yeah, well, I mean, the finish wouldn't have been a finish had there not have been the low blow, the uppercut to the groin, whatever you want to call it, from a once ally of Jack Knox or Breeding, whatever he's going by nowadays. That wouldn't have probably happened that way. So
no.
This happens, the low blow, Atlas Hytower, 1, 2, 3. He's out of the ring. I exchanged some words with him too, but there was some words between me and Breeding. Apparently, he doesn't like me anymore, and that's okay. I don't really care. I'm okay on friends. I got enough of them. But he stands over top of you and he starts making comments about how you don't appreciate him. You don't appreciate because he basically made you and things like this. And he's still on his social media tirades right now, talking all kinds of, So let's really delve into this. And what exactly is going on here?
So first of all, I didn't become a professional wrestler to be boys with everybody. I'll be honest. Like I joined professional wrestling because it's always been a passion of mine. I joined it at the age of 29. Like I'm a lot older than people will think I am because I'm only a little bit over a year in the business. They think, I'm just a young kid, and I'm not. I mean, I have 2 degrees, and I went through all the hardships and stuff. I joined this business to follow my dream and my passion, and for the fans, like just going out there on Saturday for the first time in 7 months and just listening to just the love that we were receiving. Some people were booing, but people are going to boo me. That's fine. You pay your money, cheer whoever for whoever you want. But that was just an amazing feeling. And I was just like, as soon as I stepped through that curtain, I was just smiling. Like I saw you because you were like right where the curtain was. And I looked right at you and you were cheering me. And I was in my head, I'm thinking, this is going to be so much fun. This is going to be, this is what I've been waiting for the last 7 months. And it didn't happen. So you know what? I will take the blame for what happened. I really will. Because I let my guard down. I trusted him. He said we've been best friends for 2 years. That's not true. I like Matt. I've invited him to my birthday parties and stuff like that. And he always came to me for personal advice. And, everyone sees his Facebook posts. Like the guy loves to post on Facebook. It's like his second job. And I always helped him with that. But now he doesn't have that. Now he doesn't have me grabbing his back because I always had his back. Right. And personally, like I've met some really good guys in professional wrestling. For example, Birdie is a really good friend of mine. When we're in the ring together, though, it's different. We're not friends. Right. With Matt and I, he did that out of spite and to prove a point, which is unacceptable. And I don't want people in my life like that I can't trust. So
yeah, absolutely not.
So that's the lowdown of it. I'll take the blame. Just know, Matt, I will not call you Jack Knox. That's not your name. Just know that watch your back. Right. And I'm not gonna do it when your back's turned. I'm gonna do it to your face.
Right. I have a hard time with this a little bit because not only has he said to you that he's you are unappreciative, right? You don't appreciate him, or you didn't appreciate him. I don't know what the heck he's basing this on. I haven't seen any indication of these allegations. I don't see it. I haven't seen it. You know, from my eye, I don't see it. Don't know where he's coming from on this. But then he gets on social media and he attacks me. He gets on me.
Did he?
Yeah.
I can't see any of this because I don't have a Facebook. So
yeah, he gets on there. He attacks me. Starts talking about how I'm the worst host of Rasslin Rage and MIW, and the other guys are better than me, and all kinds of things like that. And he's just trying to make me feel bad, but that's okay because it says a lot more about him than it says about me. That's how I roll.
Honestly, I think he's got something going on his inside. He needs to work out on his own and keep that away from professional wrestling. But
yeah, he's in a dark place or something.
And it's only going to get darker,
right?
Because if you keep cutting off your ties with people, especially people that have had your back since day one. So let's go back to that. He says he made me, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, right. So
paraphrase.
I think it was week 11 or week 12 at the House of Truth in my class. We were doing practice matches. I walked in. He was there he was the first time I've ever seen him, ever met him. Didn't have a clue who he was. And he immediately, his eyes got big, right? Introduced himself. He watched me do a practice match with Drzako, of all people. And he offered me a spot on his roster before I was even cleared to professional wrestle. So yeah. So, I mean, good thing for him. He did his homework and came and recruited. But he didn't make me. He gave me my first opportunity in front of a live crowd.
Right.
But I was contacted, I would say, by 2 or 3 other promoters once I was cleared, and reached out to me. And like XI, I did them really early on. I did Horror Slam. I did Clash. So within the first month of me being cleared. So he didn't make me. He just gave me my first opportunity to prove who I was.
That's hot. We got that on record. Strike that, put it on there, do what you got to do. Get the person that does, what's that called? What are they? I don't know what they're called, but the person at the next
people in court.
Yeah. Put it. Let the record show. Let the record show that Matt Breeding did not, in fact, make Electric Ely. I'm adding it right now. You see,
it's funny too, because if you listen to my theme song, right, it says I made my own name, I made my own lane. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing it because it's like my dream, my passion.
Right.
So
yeah, which we talked about a little bit.
If anybody thinks otherwise of me, completely wrong. Like,
right.
I don't have to be professional wrestling. Like, I really don't. Like, I do it because I love it. Like, and I always will.
Right, and that's one of the things I makes you unique. In my opinion, because a lot of these guys, that it is their passion and stuff like that. But you could very well be very well successful and well off without professional wrestling. I mean, you are a graduate of the University of Michigan, so I mean that is a thing.
That is a thing, yeah.
So, hey, I'm just saying, I'm not a graduate. I'm just a big fan of that said university. So I'm just like, that's kind of cool. That's really cool, in my opinion. What do you do when something like this happens? Are you like, because there's certain people that'll like sit at, like right now. I don't know if you watched this other interview that I just did last week with Alex Weaponized. I don't know what to call him. Anyways, with Alex Weir.
Yeah.
He's in a dark place right now, man. Losing that title. And now he's, he hates everybody. He's drinking like a fish. I don't know what's going on with the guy. But what happens to you when something like this happens? What do you do? you have any like mental strategies or strategy? That's what I meant to say.
It honestly just makes me hungrier to be even better.
Right.
The day after it happened, I got back in the gym, started lifting some weights, and a little angry, right? I'm not really an angry person. If I am, it's when I'm just the only one in the room,
Right.
and I don't let people see my anger. And then I just started laughing. And then I have such an amazing, close inner circle group of friends. Most of them didn't even watch wrestling until I became a professional wrestler. So they're the ones in my life that I turn to and I ask, like I reach out to, and they give me just life advice and just say, just keep working hard and keep grinding, keep making people want to screw you over for different reasons other than like you're just trying to be yourself. And so like I'm blessed to have so many good people in my life. Like Matt, I don't need you, but you need me. So he dropped the ball there. So
right, absolutely. And then he comes and attacks me like, what the, like, dude, I'm just a dude with a YouTube channel, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
I also don't get how I disrespected him.
Right, I don't know.
Do you ever see me posting on social media anything controversial at all?
No. No.
No.
I don't see you post much of anything, to be truthfully honest.
I mean, I used to like comment on his posts, like sarcastic stuff, basically telling him like, "Hey, Mo, how about you not post today? Like, why don't you take a breather?"
Right.
But besides that, nothing.
Well, and I get all that. Hey guys that are watching, if you would like to ask some questions, start throwing them in the chat. We're gonna, keep talking, but if you got a question, throw it in the chat in here. I don't know if anybody knows how to do it, but definitely do that. Because we got viewers. I see a bunch of them on there. I know that we have an event coming up for Metro Pro Wrestling in October. On October 3rd. I know that former WWE superstar Gangrel will
big fan of the Brood growing up.
Right.
Huge fan.
He'll be there. Is Electric Ely gonna be there?
I was reached out to by Johnny Bubba, and I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I will be there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm wrestling. I don't know if they're there to try and humiliate me, which won't happen. I can guarantee you that. I'll just leave, But I'll be there. And if I say I'm going to be there, I will be there for my fans because I know people come to just watch me. And I will be there. And if I'm there, I will put on a show and I will be entertaining. That's all I can say.
Absolutely. Well, you do have quite the fan base. That's for sure.
Like I said, I have amazing people in my life. Like I have people that, like my friends Amy and Ryan, they literally come to every single show. She sells my merch for me. Ryan helps sometimes with security at promotions. Like, they don't have to do that. Like they don't have to drive. Like my friends don't live downriver. They don't like kind of like you. Like I know you drive far to go to a lot of these shows. A lot of these people are, especially like those Rising Action shows. Those are like over an hour and 15 minutes away from a lot of my friends. So
right.
They travel well just to come see me, and I will never take that lightly. That's
Absolutely.
amazing.
That's amazing. That's hard to find today. Not a lot. I have friends, but not like that. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. I don't even have family that'll come check me out. You know what I'm saying?
And speaking of my family, since they found out I'm wrestling October 3rd, my dad's actually coming from Florida. First time ever going to see me, Electric Ely, in the ring live.
Oh, wow.
And my brother, who I don't know if you were at Horror Slam when I wrestled the Dread King.
I've seen tape.
Yeah, he got involved.
Yeah.
He will be there as well. So I think it will be his third match he's ever seen me live. So yeah, I'm gonna have my blood there. So if anything goes wrong, I know they got my back.
Right, that's absolutely interesting, man. I'm not seeing any There's like 14 people in the chat, but I don't know if my phone's not working right or what. But hold on, I'll do it again. There is, yeah, see, there's a bunch of them in there. Something wasn't right. I knew it. Aha, what do we got here? Holy smokes. Let's see. Ready to roll. Let's go. Did it. We want dirty shot with the ref to beat him, of course. Yeah, right. Took it. So someone in here is saying it took a dirty shot from the ref for you to lose.
And some of my friends have told me they're like, he looks like he enjoyed that way too much.
Right. Drazeko's here, and he says that he's mad because he's the only one that's allowed to screw you over.
Yep, that's definitely happened.
So Castle Rock 7 says the electric one is the only reason breeding is even invited to these deals.
I mean,
that's great.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Breeding looks like a guy who owned a car wash for a few years, went bankrupt, and never let it go. What? Nah, it's on his channel. I'm still going. Worst guy on the mic ever. Cody's got more mic skills than breeding. True. Hey, you know what? There was a time somebody handed me a mic. It was at a wrestling show. It was actually in Bay City. It was for Tri-City Wrestling, and it was Bryce Sullivan took on Mongo. And Bryce Sullivan, I don't know the guy's real name or the name of him, but he had a manager that came out with him, and he was wearing a cap, and he came out with a golf club, and I kept calling him Tiny Wood. And they handed me the mic to call him Tiny Wood as he was leaving.
That's awesome.
That was great.
That's probably my favorite part is going on the microphone, which hopefully I get more chances to do that. So
right. Oh yeah, absolutely. Wow, man. Cody, question for you. What do you think would happen to your body and entire persona if you took a sky high from Electric Ely? Oh man. I would hurt. First of all, because I'm old. Right? Okay. And then it would hurt. Listen, I work 8 hours, I come home and I hurt. I hurt when I wake up. So if I take it's probably gonna put me in the hospital, right? Like my whole top half of my body just be like right?
I mean, yeah, it's just one of those moves that I grew up. It was like D'Lo Brown, man. I was so young, and that's the reason why I started using it. I just love the concept of that move.
Right. So, Eric Gordon says, "How did Electric Ely come up with his name?"
That's a really good question. So, I might have to give credit to Movado. We were doing practice matches, and in classes, I was mostly the heel. Like they loved me as my heel persona. So my heel persona was kind of like, those old Planet Fitness commercials where I pick things up and put them down. You remember those?
Yeah.
So now I was just like the gym douchebag. So that was like my persona. And then he wanted me to be a face, and just the way I was reacting, he's like, the electric heel, Eric Ely, like heel. So then like Electric Eel, and then it was like, and then he just started calling me Electric Ely. And I was just like, you know what? That's cool, because I would always wear orange to class. He goes, bro, your colors are going to be that bright orange.
Right.
So, I mean, I wear bright orange. My name is Electric Ely. And because people even ask me, they're like, what's so electric about you, man? I go, it's just my personality. Like, talk to me for, a few minutes, or just watch me in the ring when, like when I'm just in a really good mood. Like, it's just who I am.
Right.
And it's like, my persona is not like The Rock. The Rock called himself the, electric one or anything like that. Like, that's not why I did it either. So I think I give credit to Movado for most of it, for most of my name.
Oh, look who just decided to show up in the room. Mr. Matthew Breeding. So even after all I did for him, he still don't appreciate me. How doesn't he appreciate you? Like, how? Explain. I need more details, bro. All you keep throwing allegations, but you got no. You're like a broken record on Facebook. You keep yapping, but you never post any. You never give me any actual factual information to back it up. It's just like blah 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 schmack blah blah schmack, and it just diarrhea of the mouth, diarrhea, and it just doesn't stop.
Yeah, Matt. I would love for you to give me a few reasons on how I'm not appreciative of you and how I've taken advantage of you. So, please do.
Yeah. Here's another question he asks. This is Matt again. Did anyone else book you in the main event like I did? Once again, why does he not appreciate me?
I'm guessing I was booked in the main event because of the crowd I brought for his first show. So, I guess I give my family and friends some credit for that, for me being booked in the main event.
Right. I'm just gonna stop reading this stuff now. Oh, no one appreciates you, Matt. You are nothing without Ely, said Amy Davis. Oh, Dread King's here. Hi, Dread King. Hello, sir. Nice to see you. Maybe Eric should go back to his douchery heel shit and talk to his king. That's what the Dread King said.
Just so you know, Cody, you know how many times Logan has reached out to me to join his, I don't know what you want to call his kingdom.
The Hollow?
Yeah, man. Like, he's tried hard. He goes, just imagine how much we could take over the Michigan independent scene. I said, bro, I mean, I can be with you, man, but I'm not changing who I am. Like,
right.
But he's like, nope, can't have that. Can't have guys that don't want to cheat. So, great guy, just likes to do weird stuff to win, you know?
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I mean, he's now the XICW Proving Ground champion.
Yeah, I was so glad that he back-to-back titles he won. Was it 2 weekends ago?
Yeah,
he won the Pro Wrestling All-Stars, and then he won XI. And I texted him immediately, like, as soon as I found that out.
Yeah, it was so Friday, then a Saturday.
That's a great weekend.
Yeah, I was there for both of them. The only reason why I went to the Friday show was because I knew he was going to be there. But yeah, good stuff. Hey, Ely, I have a question. This is from Robert Koff. I think that's how you say it. Keto.
That's keto.
Keto. All right. Why did you invent COVID to dodge your suspension and rising action? That's some real good heel shit right there.
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't know, man. I was just afraid to. Actually, I wasn't even supposed to face him. Yeah. So apparently he's just saying that because I didn't want to be suspended. Which is true, which, hey, maybe you're right. Maybe I didn't want to let my fans down, and I felt bad for what I did to that ref.
Now, I know you went to the University of Michigan, and I know they have doctors and stuff there that graduate with doctorates and become doctors and go to the hospital there, but that's not what you have a doctorate. You don't have a doctorate in being a doctor, do you?
No. I have my undergrad is in communications, and my master's degree is in business administration.
Oh, well.
It's a business move.
What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? Come on, communications. Come on now, communications, and then he's got a BA. Come on, bro. How? Were you in the lab cooking up something? This is my lord. Eric giving in. Shed your loyalty to the poop plant and join the king. We could rule everything.
The poop plant? Come on now. Now you're disrespecting my fans.
Oh, this is great. The poop plant. Stop worrying about the fickle fans. This is the real deal heel, Danny Beals, saying, stop worrying about the fickle fans. who will turn on him in a second and join the hollow. Man.
If fans want to, like I said, if fans want to turn to me, and if I'm boring them, and if they want to, they pay their own money. Root for whoever you want. Like I'm not going to change who I am just to please certain people. It's never happened, never will.
Yeah, absolutely. You do you. You do you.
I have since day one.
Right. And I like it. I like what you do. If I didn't, I wouldn't tell you, or I would tell you and just tell you it sucks.
Yeah, I was honored to have such. My parents are amazing. They're my biggest supporters. I was so lucky to grow up with them as my parents and to teach me my ways. And I had amazing grandparents, and I didn't have to go to latchkey. I didn't have to get a babysitter. My babysitter was my grandparents. So
That's
like,
cool.
what better way to grow up than
Absolutely
just in your family roots? And so that's why I'm blessed. Really am. I'm blessed. I'm lucky, and I will never take that for granted.
Right. Now we know Metro Pro on the 3rd. Are there any promotions that you're going to be working for, or coming? We're going to see you shortly at, or in the future?
You never know. No.
You never knew.
Nothing really. Like I'm kind of waiting this out, like everyone else was. Like I honestly didn't have any intention to come back. If Metro Pro didn't reschedule that, I probably wouldn't be wrestling until indoor shows happen. Like I talked, I listened to Mike Blackwell. He talks about BCWA. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Mike on BCWA. I think I was there for pretty much the last 6 shows or whatever.
Right.
So I'm for sure going back to them. I'm going back to Rising Pro. The plan was to go to New Breed, but unless Matt offers me a fat stack, I mean, yeah, keep going. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
okay,
that's better.
Right.
Yeah.
That hundreds and that all hundreds?
I don't know.
That's all hundreds. That's like 150 G's, man. You better come correct, Mr. Breeding.
And yeah, and also if I do go to New Breed, I want nothing to do with him. Like he can't get involved in any of my matches. None of that. He can't be my referee.
No. None of that
Nope.
crap.
I'm gonna have all that in writing.
So this is the question I ask every guest I have. Goals. We all have to have them. Short term, long term, whatever you want. Give me one goal Electric Ely has going forward concerning
in professional wrestling.
Professional wrestling, yes. It has to be about professional wrestling.
Make a living doing what I love.
Great goal.
Do this. I have an amazing job right now, which I actually enjoy waking up and doing every day because of the people I work with.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I've been there 7 years, blessed. I have an amazing boss. I have amazing coworkers. So yeah, if I can make a living doing what I love the most, like it's wrestling and bodybuilding are my 2 favorite passions, and if it's one of those 2, I'm set for life. Like
Absolutely. That's cool.
Yeah, like I have an amazing girlfriend, and it's just like my life's going well. So I'd be totally cool if it stayed the way it is now. I would not regret anything, but my end goal is to make it to where I can say I'm a professional wrestler and that's what's paying the bills.
That's nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. I like how you're content, but yet you're still like, hey, this is where hungry. I want to go, but I'm okay right here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That says a lot about you, in your mindset and how you approach things. I like it. I like it a lot, actually.
Yeah, that's my goal. That's my goal, is to be a better person today than I was yesterday. I know it sounds cliche, but
so I'm gonna paraphrase this so it's not so but Eric Gordon asked, question for Eric: how do your nizuts feel after your last match?
So the thing probably they wouldn't hurt as much is if I always have my guard up. Like I said, I let my guard down because I thought that was the last person that would ever do that to me. So I think just the shock factor made it hurt even more.
Right.
Not to mention I took a wicked RKO right after that.
Right. Well, and any guy understands when you get hit in the junk, it's even if it doesn't even hurt, you're like, oh, because you anticipate it. And, you know what I mean? And he didn't even see it. And come on, man. That was right to the junk, dude.
I mean, and also, as you can see, when I tried to run after breathing, the undercarriage was hurting too much. So I had to sit on the side of the apron to catch my wind and bearings a little bit before I walked back. So
yeah, absolutely.
Not good to answer the question.
Not good. Hold on, let's see. He probably thought a fan jumped in the ring. Right, yeah. That's very well possible.
What was that?
Somebody says he probably thought a fan jumped in the ring when because you didn't know it was breeding at first.
Oh yeah, it's a good point. Because he's not to mention he's way out of position. Why is he behind me? So that should have did a red flag for me because I'm usually good with in-ring awareness and nope.
Yeah. Wait for this. This is a good one from Keo. Matt loves being down there anyways.
Yeah, I saw the picture that he posted right after it happened, and it wasn't the best view for him.
Right. Yeah. Well, So we don't know what's going on the third with you. We don't know if we're going to see an interaction between you and breeding Knox. And what is he? In what could? There was never really anything said about what he is. What is his official? What is he to Metro Pro? He was a business associate, is all Bubba said. We never heard if he was a commissioner, anything. So what gives him the pull to be able to insert himself in? Maybe this match, maybe the whole thing was a sham. Maybe he wasn't even able to insert himself into the freaking match to begin with.
As far as I know, Murphy. As far as I know, he's an authority figure, so he has some kind of power. I don't know if he's the head of refs. I'm
an authority figure too. I'm a second-degree black belt, but that don't mean shit.
I mean, you didn't see Bubba coming out and saying, "No, Matt, you can't do that."
True story. Story.
And Bubba did already reach out to ask me to come back. So who knows?
So you just, man, I need to know more, damn it. No, I'm messing with you, bro. He's facing a monster on October 3rd, Breeding says. A monster. You're facing a monster, he said. That's our clue.
That's a really good clue, Matt. Thank you for that.
Well, there's the Michigan-made monster, Mongo. So there could be that one. Congo Kong's been called a monster. Who else has been called a monster? There's a lot of monsters.
I mean, whoever it is going to be somebody hard-hitting and rough because I already know what they're planning here. If I do have a match, it's going to be somebody like that. It's going to be somebody that kind of hardcore, kind of somebody that doesn't care about pain, doesn't care about getting hurt. So that's my guess. And
somebody that will also beat up on Matt Breeding. Because they want to smack him around too.
I mean, I hope so. If we have to, we'll just team up and beat up Breeding.
So this one's a cheap plug, I think. And other questions for the electric one. What code can you supply for a discount on Chicken Pound?
Electric 10.
Did you hear that? Get your
Electric 10.
There you go. Make sure you get that. Amy Davis says every monster can be broken.
I agree. That's my girl. Yep.
Yep. There we go. And let's see how in Breeding. Well, we'll give Breeding one here. Let's see how good you really are, Eric, without me having your back.
When have you ever helped me win a match? No one's ever helped me win a match.
We need a fact checker for this guy. Every time he says something, it's more BS.
I can count on two hands how many times I've lost by getting hit in the nuts. And I've had 54 match. That was my 54th match was last Saturday. So that's a pretty hefty percentage of me losing by getting hit in the nuts. It's pretty incredible.
Not very original then.
Apparently, I just need to protect myself better.
Just
Maybe
start
that's
wearing a cup, dude.
You know, that's the angle back in the day when I forgot who that was. I think it was like Jericho did that with China.
Oh, listen to this guy threatening me now. He says, Cody, maybe I'll send the monster after you after he destroys Eric.
We have fans now.
I guess,
Wow.
man. I don't know.
I mean, you better watch out, Bubba. You might get Metro Pro might get banned because your authority figure is attacking fans. Right?
I guess, man. I don't understand this. Yap. Well, I do want to let everybody know that, yes, you will be able to see Metro Pro Wrestling on October 3rd. That will be at the RK Incorporated, of course. That is in Southgate, Michigan. I do not remember the address off the top of my head.
On Eureka Road. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's on Eureka Road. But also, down into the description is the Electric Ely's Facebook page as well as his Instagram. Click those links, follow his page so that you know where and when he's going to be or anything that he shares, because I know he has a YouTube that he does some things on too. Same with Instagram. Follow him over there. You never know what he's going to post or where he's going to be or what he's going to be doing, you know. He gives away stuff too sometimes. So, you know, especially when he's out coming out, when he walks out of the show, he gives out the bands and the shades, and he's got all the cool merch, man.
Yeah, just giving back to the people that support me, you know.
Right, absolutely. Oh, Dread King, Dread King's in here. Oh, wow. Well, thank you. The Dread King's defending me.
All right.
Yeah, you better watch out now, buddy.
I mean, if it's Matt Breeding versus the Dread King Logan, I got Logan in 3 seconds.
Yeah, someone's going to be hurting that.
One punch to the face, and he's gone.
Man, oh, man, I tell you. Bad. Oh, 15,221 Eureka Road. Blah, 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 blah. That's a lot to get out. That's a long address. 15,221 Eureka Road.
Be there, guys, because it's it's getting to the fall in Michigan. The weather is going to start getting cooler. You don't know how many shows we're going to be able to have outdoors, or when we're going to be able to be indoors. So I was really happy with the turnout that Metro Pro got last Saturday.
Absolutely.
It's so good to do it in front of that many people again. So get there and get there early.
So you can get
even if doors say 6:30, try and get there even earlier. Bring your own chairs if you want to be more comfortable in your own chairs. And I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about Metro Pro besides breeding.
That's the only thing. Take that guy out, and then you got positive all the way across.
Amazing talent. The locker room was awesome to be around those guys. So come support. It doesn't even have to be come support me. Just come support Michigan Indie Wrestling as a whole. Like it's great. So
absolutely. There we go. My camera wasn't focusing. Now it's focused now. Now you can see me nice and clear. My face isn't quite as pretty as yours, but hey, whatever.
I don't know about that.
So again, guys, don't forget to follow Mr. Ely here. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, because you want to check out all the awesome content that is on the Rasslin Rage YouTube channel, because we post matches. I haven't been posting a lot of matches lately, but I should get back to that soon. There's some new projects coming very soon. The Booze and Booze, where I'll be drinking alcohol and watching independent matches, and that's mostly why I haven't been sharing matches. And then the real deal heel Danny Beals very soon is going to be doing his own little thing called the Cheat Sheet, where he's going to be talking to the bad guys in indie wrestling. Going to be a good one. You guys are going to want to check that out soon too. And again, as we said, October 3rd, Metro Pro Wrestling returns to the RK Incorporated at 15,221 Eureka Road. I had to look at it again. thank you, my man. Thank you so much for coming back on, and we will see you in October for sure.
Awesome. Anytime you want me on, I got you. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. We are out of here.
It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Doing now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Doing now. This is Rasslin Rage.